I do, right, we're in the middle of a corona crap bloody virus going around, meaning in the middle of a lockdown. Luckily for me, I've got a good sized back garden, as you can see there. So I can get out here, fresh air, exercise, got a greenhouse, tunnel and all that crap. But people who live in a block of flats, anything like that, how the hell are they coping? Especially with kids. If you live in a bloody lighthouse, I'm right in this crap. This got a window box. Right, greenhouse. Have a quick perv in here. I just bumped my door on now just to show you, because that end of the greenhouse, that's what I'm heating on a night. And then on the day, so this lot in here is the cold end of the greenhouse. I just wedge my little door on my cane, then take that off. That's kept at 50 minimum, which is there, 10 in old money. So I'm keeping that at 10, which is what I want. And then this lot out here, it does go down to 6.2 last night. So I can get away with the stuff in here. Eventually, obviously, when I run out of room in there, then I've got to open this lot up and eat the lot as well. Automatic vents on both of them. Bloody sun's just gone in, so it's closed up. Right, what can you do this time of the year? Especially now because we're running out of, well, veg and all that crap. If you're growing your own anyway, got a plot, then ideal. What I did a couple of days ago was sow some carrot seed. You can do this at home or get your grandkids to do it, anything. These are 5 litre pots. Just fill them with multi-purpose compost. Any multi-purpose compost will do. I use herring, that's what I flog in our training sheds. Just rub it out, any big lumps, then sod them off, compost them or whatever. That's Black Country for Binham. Fill your pot up multi-purpose compost. I use vermiculite as well. Just mix that with it. Vermiculite hangs onto moisture, warmth and oxygen. Helps to aerate it. So I've just filled another pot up, 5 litre pot with multi-purpose compost mixed with vermiculite. This is for eating. Florist buckets, if you've got a florist near you, they either bin their buckets or return them. I must have had 200 from our local florist. For myself, disabled plots and the kids up at school when I did the gardening club with them. But these are just for eating. So Wilco carrots, these are Nance 5. All you got to do is sow thinly. And that is most enough. You don't want them nice and thick because you want to pull them out. I'll then top dress with vermiculite. Not too much. Whatever seed you're planting, you're covering it the same depth. That goes with any seed. So if it's a big runner bean, then obviously you plant them that deep. Give them a watering. These little nozzles on the end are ideal, perfect. Keep them nice and moist. These are in the cold end of the greenhouse, meaning that was done 29th. This is one today, so it's a couple of days ago, that one. But I've just done that other one just to show you as it is now. But if you sow monthly, you can grow carrots 12 months of the year in a cold greenhouse. Once they do come through, because they haven't touched no soil or nothing, these are nice and clean. There's no markings, acids out the soil on the carrots themselves. What I usually do, if I need to pull them out, I'll give them a good watering, leave them half hour. If I want 5 carrots out for tea, I'll just pull them out individually and they'll come out. And the skins are that thin, just top them, swill them, nice and clean, and they taste like carrots are supposed to. The kids used to love them up at school. So that's the carrots out the road. Go on this side. These are 5 litre pots again. This is how I start my leeks off. Once again, mussel butter from Wilco. Good for eating, ideal. So these were sown 14th of the 2nd. And you can see them all started coming through. Because the sun's over there when it is out, these tend to go towards the sun. So every couple of days, turn them round. So they don't go leggy, i.e. going for the sun. But I do enough of these, because I want these for, well, it's supposed to be for the bring and buy in June, for our gardening club. Used to flog them off, but I don't think we're going to bloody have one now. We'll still be in lockdown. So I'll just give them my spares away down the plot. The rest of the stuff is going on here. These are my spares out the loft. These are a new, these lot here, 8-ounce onion. These were saffron from Select Seeds. They were new in this year. My mate Dave up Chesterfield, I was short of seed. He sent me some of them, says try them out. These are my spares. My best ones are in the loft, still under lights. And my Peter Alden onions. These are my spares as well. I like using plastic drinking cups, because there's no disturbance. You can see the roots through the cups, which is ideal. So you can see the roots there. I don't think you can see it on the camera. Should be able to. So I haven't got to upend him to see if he needs potting on. I know he needs potting on because I can really see it. Or pot out. Plant out. If I'm planting out in a tunnel or something, it's ideal because I've still got a bit of protection. So I can get away with it that way. If we're doing onion sets, everything, if I was to prick them out for exhibition or something, I'd prick them out into plastic drinking cups. Full size seed tray, bit of paper underneath, 15 tray insert. Look, I'll flog these and all. But plastic drinking cups, just slice the bottom off. Either side with scissors, that's your drainage. But these sit nicely in there and you can move them around the greenhouse easier. But I love me plastic drinking cups. As you can see, everything's in them. What have we got else here? Somebody bought these down at Bring a Boy. Not Bring a Boy. Down the last talk out for our gardening club until I bloody stopped. But nobody wanted them, so I bought them back. These little chaps, Delphinium. We had a couple of balloons last year. I was at a Boston colour, so I sent away for some seed, and them are going away as well. You can see the roots through there. So once I've got a bit of room again, I'll be potting them up. But them a beautiful colour. Strawberries, these are getting the flowers on now. These are from the plot. I had these last year. End of last year, I took these. As you see, they need potting on again. But that's for Aaron. He wants them in a hanging basket. And there's another dollop I took up 2 days ago. That's these here. 2 or 3 days ago. And that's for my mate down Wales when he comes up to visiting. He took a shine to them last year. Right, something else you can do. I never plant anything out like that, going back onto the onion sets. The onion sets are planted in these in my 15 tray inserts. If I was to plant the onion set straight out into the soil and you get some mist, you've got a gap. That's why I start everything off in here and then move it out. Same as my spuds and all. I start the spuds off in these, well, these lot here. These 3 was late spuds. That one there, and there's one underneath, which I potted on a couple of days ago. Obviously, them were earlies. I had these given me this morning. I've thrown these out, being cute. Right, they've just started spurting. He's telling you, do something with me. Egg boxes, perfect. Right, so your spuds you get out. You've just started spurting there, as we've said. But this other bag I've opened up, you can see the spurts they're a bit more advanced. That's what you want, nice, short, thick spurts. Obviously, we've had no choice with these because I've started already. But they're bloody free. They're still going to come good. When you do put them out in the egg box, you'll think, well, I know what them are different to them. Within a week or something, they will be exactly the same colour as them. So just mark on the side, them are kestrel. So mark on it kestrel so you know what they are. These are second earlies. But it don't matter what the tater is. That's a spud I saved last year. If I was putting him straight out in the ground, obviously, if he's soft or something, they go straight in the bin. But if he's nice and solid and he's got his spurts on, I mean, I could plant them now in the ground. But if I was to lose him, exactly the same again, I've lost that space. So I start everything off in here. And I potted him on a couple of days ago. These, that was in the same size pot as this. So I potted him on, meaning he was a early. This is a Leighton. You don't have to wait for spurts. I planted these like that. They're still going to grow. Just have a look at this chap underneath. Oh, you can see the white roots there. So he is going. He's just a bit behind. I don't want to take too much off in case I disturb the chap. Yeah, there's a spurt. So he's coming through. It's just, there is a late tater. Just a bit later than the others. Frost-free greenhouse again. So all I do is bung him underneath. With the rest of them under here. Have a good perm under here then. It's going to be frost, well, if you get a frost free anyway. These are my gladdies, my little cormlets I put in. These are a velvet, what I call velvet the flower. They're beautiful. But I want to save them. All them will do this year is go a bit bigger at the end of the year. And then next year they put more weight on. Estonia, whatever. Red velvet again. But that's just saving my own. Obviously all the space in the greenhouse I want to use up. Carrots, taters, we've done that rubbish. Right, what we've got down this end, I've got one chili down here, which is me Armageddon. You've got a bit of fruit on him. There is flowers just on there. Well, fruit just coming on. And I sprayed him a couple of days ago in neem oil. When I attack a bloody green fly, I go anywhere. I've got the Carolina Reaper in the loft and all. This is me Bougainville. It's from Spain. It's a nice, bright pink flower. There's loads of these grown in Spain. But luckily Lidl was flogging these plants last year. And I planted him out in the pot in the garden. And he was busted. I thought, obviously take him in, because the frost would have killed him off. And the new leaves coming on. So I wish I'd have got two of these. The other one, I would have bonsai'd him. Because the flowers on it. I can imagine that in bonsai. Beautiful. Right, these are Blanche Leeks. These was potted on about a week ago or something. I've got lagging on them to draw them up. I'll just lift them a bit. Because I want the white, I want that green going white, i.e. blanching them. So I've got 4 at the back for a long blanch, and then 4 at the front for intermediates, but I'll sort them out later on. With the intermediates, 10-inch collars stay on them permanent, but then we'll go out in a raised bed at the back there. One large onion this year, that was off Nick Blake. There's a little pip earlier on in the year, so but that's all I've got this year. I'll be able to manage to go down again in spares or whatever. Pot leeks, these were potted on a couple of days ago. And I want 2 rows of these in the tunnel out there. These were my heavy veg for the late Malvern show. With a bit of luck, that might still be on. There's quite a few shows cancelled now, so but everybody's going to be in the crap. But everybody's in the same situation. Our show down Collygate, 2nd Saturday September, so he might get away with it. Bloody open show anyway. But if we don't get a show, I'll just hate it. The heavy stuff I'm still going to grow, because I've started off anyway. Because I want to trial, because I want to get the heaviest I can do every year. But if you get a decent one, just wait and get somebody to proof, i.e. take a photo of it. Right, I've got a luckily I've got power up here, so I've got a heater underneath, electric heater, plus I've got my kettle, bucket of rainwater, which is greenhouse temperature. If that is too bit chilly, especially something like that with sowing seeds, which I've done this morning with the carrots, then I'll boil the kettle and warm the water up so it's a bit tepid. It ain't too cold. I don't want to get anything to get a shock or nothing. If I need a piddle, which I had a piddle earlier on, I save it. If it's nice and clear, you know your ins are alright. If there's any little chaps jumping about, then go to the vet. Just bung it in there. Full of nitrogen, which is a little extra feed when I'm feeding anything away. Before I get out, I'll just show you what I'm using as a growing medium. Pretty good stuff, Leamington M3. It's one of the best you can get, multi-purpose compost. Also add worm casts. I'll get that by the ton for our training sheds, but beautiful stuff. Obviously vermiculite, I mentioned before, but I like using that with everything. And this is my own compost, which I make myself. That's about a month old. Obviously I've took all the worms out. I've still got lumps in there, but I want the lumps because they will hang on to moisture, warmth and oxygen as I'm walking through. I did a trial last year and the year before with a seedling I pricked out, leek and onion, and I used the Leamington all the way through up against my compost. And with this stuff, if I was to water that, everything's going to run straight through. If I water mine, because I've got lumps in it, them lumps hang on to the moisture, warmth, oxygen, and my plant kept up with him, meaning I can bloody do it. I've found the alternative to peat, which are the big boys now, but they got no interest whatsoever. So I'm using my own compost as a growing medium, 100%, and it works. Oh, let's have a perv out here. Only thing I've got growing at the moment is my shallots. These went out a month ago, and these had their first These had the first feed last week, which is a real liquid fish hydrolysate, beautiful stuff. It's a manure, fish manure. Any manure is good. That's why I use different manures. Charge with his beetle crap, or frass if you're posh. That's a different manure. Alpaca, goat, everything. Rabbit muck. Every muck has got something in which other muck hasn't. That's why I use different ones. These have had, other than the feed, they've only got water when they got planted out. And then I mulch. Instead of using black and white, which I used to do years ago, but the cost of it, and now I just mulch. And it keeps the moisture in. Still got moisture there. They'll dry out. The only one disadvantage with raised beds, they dry out. So all my raised beds now, once summer is out, then I mulch it with straw. And because it's stable manure anyway, if I've got a nugget in, then that's a bonus. That's an extra feed. Off smoke. This is the bed for me blanch leeks. This comes up and down. So when my leeks are out, the flags, which are the leaves, I can raise this over and it keeps the flags off the soil. The pots that me Leeks I'm in now are exactly the same size as them. So once I pull that out, then upend the plant was in there. Here we go, snug fitly into that one. No disturbance whatsoever. And this is a good brew. Over the years I've added extras to this. Look at that beautiful stuff. And that goes all the way down to the depth of that. Once I'm going to plant out here, the branch leaves to go at the back, intermediates at the front, because they won't be so high. These will get filled up with a water. Let them drain all the way down before I plant out. Meaning I know there's more moisture under that plant when it to go out. Once all them lot are planted out, then it'll be strawed again to keep that moisture in. All these raised beds working from waist height, no bending. You're gonna think Granny I'm 110, I still want to be gardening. There's a bed at the back as well. Usually sharp screw in that one, but I've had a swap, so I don't know what's going in that one yet. Right, my tunnel here. This is my door. I just take off. This is going to have ventilation. I've got netting all the way around the bottom. If I can't get in, you can stand at the doorway there. With this one as well, don't forget this is garden. This is a normal garden. So I've dug down because I don't want the tunnel too high. Complaints from neighbours or whatever. So I dug down so I didn't have to get too high. Meaning exactly the same again, there's no bending. And all this is good brew. It ain't solid soil, nothing, no clay. It's really good. The hardest thing with a raised bed is filling it. And you fill it with natural products. I.e. the same stuff that goes in my compost is what goes in a raised bed. And I've done exactly the same here. What I've done in the other beds. Same size pots again, so the pot leeks will be going out in here. The large onion, I've got the big one at the end there. And that'll be going on his Todd, obviously. If I lose him, I'm in the shit. But this bed as well, as you can see here from the bottom, I just connect the hose to him, tap water, and these might as well show you, go either side, lay fat hose, seep hose, so when you put the pressure on, you see that looks dry and all, you just go down a couple inches or something and there's moisture there. That's just keeping it covered. You do it exactly the same as what with straw, with straws in it. I don't usually like using tap water, but if you've got no choice you've got to use it because of the chlorine and all the crap to look after our teeth. It will kill the good bacteria what's in the soil, but if you've got no bloody choice you've got to use it. Okay troops, that's it for now. We'll have another session later on. Look after yourselves. Cheers.